I just want to ask something else, because you have not been allowed to withdraw from the Supreme Court.
So they said there is no conflict of interest, and I would agree with them, there's no conflict of interest. We have a conflict.
Right, but they denied your motion. So I'm just trying to figure out how you could stay on, because if you stay on the Supreme Court, sorry, you're staying on this one.
Well, Your Honor, again, I believe they misread my motion when it was filed. We were.
Good luck with that one.
Well,
I mean, you know what I mean?
Please come to order. Court is now back in session.
Okay, are y'all ready to go? Where's Mr. Dickerson?
Right here, Your Honor.
State versus Blandino, C-341-767. He is present. He is in custody, and this is on for the revocation hearing. The state can make their appearance.
Mike Dickerson on behalf of the state, Your Honor, bar number 13466.
Morning, Your Honor, Joseph Gersten, 13876.
Okay, I did see your motion. I'm not gonna allow you to withdraw because I don't think that the issues that you raised are specific to you. That's what Mr. Blandino does. And if he, let me finish.
Yes, Your Honor.
And if he chooses not to talk to you, he does that at his own peril.
Judge, no, he hung up on me. He's refusing to communicate with me, Judge. He hung up, I got witnesses at the CCDC that he hung up on me, said I'm not gonna be insulted. I was not insulting him. I was respectfully telling him the
People don't have to
truth.
stay on the phone if they're being insulted.
I wasn't insulting him.
Okay, well,
I'm presumed not
he
guilty of
believed
that.
you were insulting him.
Your Honor, as I mentioned in my motion, I do have some issues that I don't believe are appropriate for open court. And I had mentioned that I would like to talk to the court in a sealed session. There are some really,
I can guarantee you they're not unique to you. That's what he does
I'm
because he
pretty
wants
sure-
to
I
represent
object to that's
himself.
what he does. Judge.
That's,
I
mean,
object
you
to
can
that.
Look at the record. I mean, I
Your Honor,
knew you would file a motion shortly. I knew it.
No,
It was
no,
a matter of time.
Well, Your Honor, I'm pretty sure some of the issues I have are unique. And I think that if you heard them, you would find them to be pretty awful.
Well, why didn't you file an affidavit?
Well, again, Your Honor, these just happened last week. There's a whole history here, Your Honor. But they just happened last week. I got in the motion as fast as I could because of this coming hearing right now. So again, I would, Your Honor, just for completeness, you know how Mr. Blandino is. I would like to at least be able to present them to you. If you still think it's not appropriate, then fine. I would just like to make a complete record with you if I could, so that, because as you know, that's what Mr. Blandino does, is he just, goes on a record. So that is my request, Your Honor.
He wants you to withdraw.
No, and I understand this. I've spoken with Mr. Christensen about this. He has a plan in place, I believe. Again, I'd like to explain that to you, and I guess it would be in an ex parte.
Well, no, if you want, then you can file an affidavit and I'll order
Judge.
it sealed and it'll be made part of the record.
Judge, if I may?
No, you may not.
I object.
Your objection's noted.
Thank you.
So-
Well, then, okay. Again, I would object, Your Honor, but I understand where you're coming from. I've been dealing with Mr. Blandino, I get it. I know
You
that
object to what?
you won't let me withdraw and
Well,
or
at this point,
or present this information to you.
oh no, I'll let you present it, but you need to prepare an affidavit.
And again, Your Honor, I have a real concern about what I'm going to be presenting, but that's fine, Your Honor, I will,
You have a concern about putting it in writing?
yes, Your Honor, exactly.
What would be the difference? Because if you told me there would be a transcript,
Sure,
do you see my point?
I do.
Even if I excused, the state, I still
Well,
have
again, Your Honor, I
record.
mean, you know, it's maybe Your Honor would, in a sidebar, listen to what I have to say, and then make a determination if if it's necessary to do all that or not. That's what I'm asking for. If that doesn't work for Your Honor, fine.
I'd rather have it in
Sure.
an affidavit.
Sure. One of the other issues, Your Honor, is, and I have been, one of our witnesses, Mr. Eric Chandler, Officer Chandler, I know he contacted Chambers. We have him subpoenaed here for today. He cannot be here today, and because he does the parole board revocations. I know he communicated that
He did.
to your staff. He communicated it to me out of professional courtesy. I released him from the subpoena. He wasn't gonna be here. He couldn't be here. He had asked me to respond to you that Thursday, he does that every Tuesday. So he's available on Thursdays. That's that. And again, Your Honor, you know, we don't have a written response because of what happened last week with Mr. Blandino and I. Because there's also a motion to impose sentence. That's what I thought was on, not the revocation, the motion to impose sentence.
Well,
So,
it's, in my opinion, it's the same thing.
but the only reason I'm bringing it up again is Mr. Dickerson made a real distinct point in his motion to impose sentence that it was something different. So again, just so I can make the record on that, and again, I was ill last week, Mr. Blandino acted up on me, we stopped communicating 100%. So I was not able to, put together the motion. I was hoping for my motion to withdraw.
I'm sorry, he stopped 100%, Judge. I object to that characterization.
All right.
I'm willing to talk with him right now if he comes and sits down here, and I will communicate as much as he wants me to communicate.
That's Virginia. Can you all come back Thursday? I mean, I'm trying to get this done as soon as possible, especially since Mr. Blandino's already been in custody a couple weeks.
Judge, may I?
No,
I'm available Thursday if you need me, Your Honor.
Mr. Dickerson, I don't know, do you have witnesses that are here?
I do have two witnesses that are here, Your Honor.
Are they outside or are they here?
One's right here in the courtroom, the other one's outside.
Do you want to check to make sure that's
Yeah,
okay?
I can see.
It'll be 10:30, Mr. Dickerson.
10:30?
10:30 if you want to tell the witness.
Okay, and then my only issue with Thursday in that regard would be that, oh, you know what, I think I'm gonna be okay at that time. Yeah.
Chuck. Judge, may I sit down?
Sure, of course.
Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor, that would work.
Okay, now I just want to ask something else, because you have not been allowed to withdraw from the Supreme Court.
I believe I had filed a motion of an irreparable conflict. The Supreme Court read that as a conflict of interest, Your Honor. So they said there is no conflict of interest, and I would agree with them, there's no conflict of interest. We have a conflict.
Right, but they denied your motion. So I'm just trying to figure out how you could stay on, because if you stay on the Supreme Court, sorry, you're staying on this one.
Well, Your Honor, again, I believe they misread my motion when it was filed. We were,
Good luck with that one.
well,
I mean, you know what I mean?
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but it was clearly misread. So, we were going to file a motion for limited remand to you so that potentially you could replace me on both this and the Supreme Court one. Again,
Well, let me tell you, I'm not gonna reverse the Supreme Court. They denied your motion to withdraw, and if you want them
based
to
on an irreparable
reconsider.
conflict of interest, not a conflict with the
I know what you mean.
and that's what it was. I mean, so if you read it closely, that's what it says. And again, Your Honor, Mr. Blandino has continued on with other activities that are making this very, very difficult from a philosophical, religious, professional, et cetera, way to represent him. So I understand the history of this case, and I think it's taken a little bit of a left turn. As I said, I've been discussing it with Mr. Christensen at the OAC. He may have a solution, but whatever you'd like me to do, Your Honor, I mean, I'm
It's gonna be the same problem
so.
with whoever is appointed. Because, you know, he doesn't like that the court revoked his ability to represent himself. So, and quite frankly, it went on probably too long. So we're gonna continue it to Thursday at 10:30. And if you can submit your affidavit in chambers, right? And I will order it sealed, so if you'll also prepare an order. It'll be marked and made part of the record, but it will be sealed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Can I get a copy of that, Judge?
I'll make that determination after I see it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Mr. Gersten, also, you won't have your file on this.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.